Alright guys, let's face facts for a second. Seeing at the pole is just a thing for all schools and churches to attend to for all students. But there are cases back 2006. We're not going to deal with it. The only case we're going to like is from today. With one family that reacted, and the school apologized for it. She said she looked forward. Mary Crossland said that she looks forward to this every year. She said it was a cool thing to get together. Of course, it's just people pray for the community. But she also said, Crossland said she also got permission from the school security guard to invite people in the cafeteria's microphone. She also said that she bought 3 dozen donuts. And what happened next shocked her. She was like, open the Bible, I was going to read a verse, and she interrupted me. Like, excuse me? You! Come here! I can't even say anything. It was the school's vice principal. She said she started yelling at us, telling us we're pushing our beliefs, and these minors. Her mother Michelle said she was coming back with a dozen donuts when it happened. And her mother said she was really upset. Principal James Cushing was not present during the incident, but called her husband to apologize. He released the following statement. So sorry about that. He released a statement saying, "We hopefully support the free speech of our students, and in no time do we ever intentionally take away their right to gather in a recognized area of the school. I personally apologize to the students' family for disrupting and gathering to see the poll event. We welcome students who would like to take part in a rescheduled event to do so." I don't even know what she's done, but she hasn't gotten approval by the main guy beforehand. But in a statement, he said that the students say we welcome students who would like to take part in a reschedule of the event to do so. I think she said she would do it next week. And if it were to still happen, I'd be there, and I would be there with a hidden camera, making sure nothing happens. So next time you want something to happen, you get the principal's approval, and all of them apologize for everything that happened. All right. Next here, and I'm sorry about the phone. Before we move on to our next topic, I'm going to say I apologize for the phone ringing. It's just something that's happening. It's just something that happened. All right. Next here, we're going to talk about pep rallies. I mean, we're not going to just talk about what happened at the pep rally. We're going to talk about the people that skip pep rallies. We'll talk about that next. Alright, let's talk about the pep rallies for a second. I mean, I'm not going to go into really detail how this stuff happens. I mean, you got the footballs, the cheerleaders, the team spirits, all that stuff. I don't really want to talk about why people don't go to pep rallies. I mean, when I was still at school, just to keep reminding you guys, I don't live far from the school. Not far. Some of you might be looking at me like, you don't live that far from the school? You live across the street at the Bluff Manor? No, I live minutes away from the high school. I want to tell you something. That happened. I mean, our principal said that if you don't want to go to the pep rally, the only option you have is to go to the cafeteria. If you don't want to go to the pep rally, the only choice you have is to go to the cafeteria. But some people just say, I don't want to go sit in the cafeteria, it's so boring. Well, that's the only choice you have. You have to go to the pep rally, or you go to the cafeteria. But many people have cars, so They just like sneak out the building and go drive away. No, 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 no. That is not allowed. If they find out you left the school building, they would look at the cameras. If any one of the security guys found out you left the building, they would find you on camera and they would send you into the office and be like, "Hey, what happened? What happened on Friday? Why weren't you in the cafeteria? Because I didn't want to go to the prep line. I didn't want to go to the cafeteria." And so you thought you would just sneak in your car, sneak out the building, and go leave? Yeah. Why would you do that? Because it's boring in the cafeteria. You just sit there and do nothing. I hate to break it to you. That's all you do. That is like all you do. You sit there. You sit in the pep rally. Just sit in the pep rally. Just be cheerful. If you don't like it, you sit in the cafeteria. That's it. You don't sneak out of the building and hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then you leave the cafeteria and then go sneak out your car and go home. That's not how it works, buddy. If you don't go to the pep rally, you sit in the cafeteria. You may think it may get you out of school, but you're going to be in so much trouble with the principal that he'll decide to disciplinary actions. Also, the rules of the pep rally is that no confetti and stuff, like no confetti. It's like in the handbook. We talked about the handbook before, and I never even talked to you guys about the pep rally issue. But you see, the thing is here, if you don't like going to pep rally, just go sit in the cafeteria. It's not rocket science for you to be sitting there in the cafeteria. Not rocket science. You sit in the cafeteria and wait until 4:10. That's it. If you don't go to the pep rally, you sit in the cafeteria until 4:10. And also, while we're on the subject of Friday Night Football, let's talk about the privileges. I mean, in the past, I talked to you guys about no pass, no play. It was all thanks during that because of an episode of King of the Hill. Let's go back to that topic for a second. The rule displays that Texas public school students who participate in extracurricular activities must achieve a passing grade of 70% or higher, 60% or higher to an advanced placement, pre-AP or GT, in order to qualify to continue participating in extracurricular activities of band or orchestra. Seriously, I told you guys, if you go 60 or 70% higher or lower, you don't play. Started back in 1995. All you did. All people do. They just want to talk about football, not learn. You're here to go to school, not going to band, not talk about the band stuff. If it gets you through school, it gets you through school. It went into effect between semesters in 84 and 85 school year at the Houston Independent School District. The percentages of failing report card grades for all high school campuses decreased from 16% to 30% of all districts. 20%. 23 of the district's 26 high schools decreased to F grades. Later studies also revealed that students reported favorable attitudes towards the policy. However, they found that extracurricular participation that at-risk students have decreased. It was also enacted in other states. Arizona imposed a policy requiring passing grade for every class. California adopted a 2.0 or C average replacement. So it's a privilege, not a right. Like, if you don't do your work at school, you can get a failing grade, and you lose the privilege of going to your football game. That goes for football players, baseball players, basketball players, volleyball players, cheerleaders, the same line, everybody. If you fail your class, it's a no pass, no play. Your extracurricular activities are a privilege, not a right. You may think, well, our taxes pay for all the stuff we need for the cheerleaders and stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You may say, yes, it does, but I say, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You still need to say to yourself, well, I better pass my class, otherwise I won't go to the game. Everything else you do, like after school functions are a privilege. Like, if you got ISS, you can't go to prom. If you have, prom is a privilege, not a right. Just remember that. If you can't pass your class, you don't go to your football game. And when they say, hey, what's the star quarterback? And they're like, oh, that's right, he failed his math class, so we gotta find a substitute. So again, it does not matter. It doesn't matter if it's a privilege or not. It is a privilege. It's a privilege, not a right. You don't have the right to attend. You don't have the right to stay in your extracurricular activity. No. You have a privilege. Just like anything else. Just like when your parents told you, just like I told you yesterday, Wednesday. Parents are to provide a warm and stable environment. That means warm, shelter, food, a room with a bed, a blanket, a pillow. It doesn't require posters on the wall, television, video games. Those are all privileges, and if you want those things, you earn them a step at a time. That's commando parenting. You don't reward bad behavior. It's disciplinary action. I mean, if you decide to say, well, I'm not going to take this class, well, I'm just going to fail this class every day, and then they're going to find out you're flunking the class. So it's disciplinary action. You lose the privilege of attending your football game. And you say, what? That's not fair. And also, the principal has the right to remove you from your extracurricular activity. Like, if you were to make out with someone in the girls' bathroom and they found out it was you, the principal's going to say, well, I'm just going to remove you from the band for this. Because if I was still in a football game and I made out with a cheerleader in the men's bathroom, and they found out it was me, I would fess up and say, they asked me, Jonathan, were you the one making out with a cheerleader in the boys' bathroom? I would say, yes, sir, it was me. I will accept the punishment. I will quit my football game. I will quit the football team. Just look at the case with that student from John Marshall High School who, his name is Bryce, who made out with a student in the girls' bathroom. He said he didn't do it, but the parents of that little girl said that he was the one who did it. She read a written confession saying that she admit that she was kissing, that they were kissing, but nothing else happened. She said she will accept her punishment because you weren't supposed to be in the boys' bathroom. When he said, "Well, I was with the band." So if you do something not supposed to that would jeopardize your extracurricular activity, the principal will just remove you from that extracurricular activity. Whether it's baseball, basketball, football, soccer, anything. You can't find your way back. You're banned. Next, we're going to talk about the clear bag policy for everyone here in Texas. What does it mean? Find out next. As you guys know, today in Calhoun they have a new clear bag policy. What is it, you might ask? It means how many bags can each person bring into the stadium? One large clear bag, either a 1 gallon Ziploc style bag, or the 12 by 6 by 12 clear bag, plus a small clutch. The larger bag must be a standard 12 by 6 by 12 made clear PVC vinyl and is easily searched. As a matter of fact, if this hits the bluff, it could be buried for security. Well, the only exceptions for this one is bags with medically necessary items or diaper bags when a child is present. So in other words, if your child has a medical issue, you can have a medical bag by you at all times. How much are these clear bags? Well, you can find them in Academy, Walmart, Academy, Walmart, or Office Depot. Even CCISD from 2 months ago did it. They did the same thing 2 months ago. It's for like. But Director of Athletes said we were talking about this at our athletic venues more than a year. We just wanted to make sure we had everything planned out. We're almost through with all the construction of our stadiums, and now we can move on to our next step, which is to make our facilities a safer environment. HEB has we'll be selling it, but you can find them in Academy, Walmart, or the Office Depot. But the Cal ISD, if it happened in Flower Bluff, I think it would be perfect. I think it'd be perfect for everyone. What if there was a clear back guitar case? Well, there is. There is a clear guitar case. How much is it? Almost like $117. On Amazon, it's like $159 from $140 some bucks. Yeah. But you see, I think this policy for California will be perfect. It kicks up tonight. in 7:30. So you folks, Cal, and if you don't have a clear bag, I would suggest you hop on over to Academy before 7:30, which is in about 3 hours or so. So 3 hours. So for you folks, Cal, and listen, if you haven't got your clear bags yet, go to Academy. Go to Academy or go to Office Depot and get yourself a clear bag. Don't bring like a plastic bag, a clear bag. Because it's a safe place to be. Because we want to be safe. And that's a fact. I'll be back more on the final topic and a preview tomorrow of Monday's Give Me a Break. Let's discuss this thing that's been going around all over. Vaping. It's kind of like smoking, but different. I mean, it's been all over the news. And just days ago, some students in a high school in Milwaukee, they got busted for smoking THC vapes in the bathroom. Several students in the Homestead High School were busted for vaping illegal THC cartridges in school. It comes after an 8th person has died from a vaping-related illness. Janet Hutt said she's worried about the amount of young people vaping across the country, and even more concerned to hear it's happening in the same school her grandchild would soon be attending. Hutt said, "It's scary because you know you don't want your child to be that child that dies from it. You just don't know what's going to do to your child." All 6 students were passing around THC vape pen. Police cited each for possession and a fine of $435, one for each student. So $435 times 6 times the 6 students times $435. That would be a total of $2,610. You may think I'm crazy. All parents need to be encouraged to parents and students be aware about the potential dangers of vaping. So what are the dangers? So what are the dangers of vaping? Here are 5 vaping facts that you need to know firsthand so that you can understand why vaping is bad. Vaping is less harmful than traditional smoking. E-cigarettes heat nicotine extracted from the tobacco filaments and other chemicals to create water vapor. Cigarettes contain 7,000 chemicals, which are toxic. It's also bad for your health. Number 3, vaping is still bad for you. E-cigarettes are dangerous. Yes, they are. Electronic cigarettes are just as addictive as traditional ones. Both e-cigarettes and regular cigarettes contain nicotine, which research suggests may be as addictive as heroin and cocaine, worse. Many e-cigarettes users get more nicotine than they would from a tobacco product. Again, the e-cigarettes more popular. In 2015, the U.S. Surgeon General reported that e-cigarettes used among high school students has increased by 900%, and 40% of young e-cigarette users never smoked regular tobacco. So the bottom line is vaping's bad. But what are the side effects? Dry mouth, dizziness, cough, dry skin, itchiness, dry eyes, insomnia. These are the side effects: dry mouth, dizziness, a cough, dry skin, itchiness, dry eyes, insomnia, nosebleeds, bleeding. Dry mouth, sore mouth, headache, tongue inflammation, black tongue, dizziness, sleeplessness, allergies, chest pain, breathing problems. It's really dangerous. All schools need to have a program. All schools need to have a school-based health center. I mean, they have health class, but they gotta have what's called a school-based health center. A separate building, which means have people, all experts, in that school-based health center to talk to people or to separate students about what smoking does to you, what alcohol does to you, etc. And have programs to help you quit alcohol. If that were to happen, then all administrators would go lightly on the discipline. In this student's case, what he did was he smoked, and he said that he would agree. He would agree to go to the program. But the thing is, though, you got to have the paperwork out. Once you bring the paperwork in, you're good to go. I mean, vaping and smoking in school, it's bad. So the bottom line is, all schools need to have school-based health centers, period. If they don't, they're not going to figure out how to quit smoking or drink alcohol and all that stuff. That's the bottom line here. If we don't have these school-based health centers all over the country, besides here in Connecticut, we're not going to teach them how to quit smoking and stuff or go cold turkey. I'll be back in a moment to show you about tomorrow's Give Me a Break. And this is extremely important. So you want to listen to this. We'll be right back. The biggest item besides drugs and alcohol in every single school campus is cheating. And on Monday, we're going to look at Massillon High School's secret to high pass rates in cheating. It's the teachers. And we're also going to look for the other way to cheating in college from Forbes. But that's our report for tonight. For all of us here at YouTube, have a great night.